Anders, I'm not sure how many people know, but as a young boy in Sweden playing football in the street, you're an Evertonian.
Yeah, I'm blue through and through, and apparently it was 79, 80 when I started to play, watch Everton, and a certain player called his name is Imre Varadi.
Yeah, remember him.
Yeah, only because he is from Hungary and my father's from Hungary. So I liked Everton from the start. I even watched them a couple of years earlier. I watched Bob Latchford a lot, so I've been an Evertonian since early days.
What was it like for you as a boyhood Evertonian after watching your Latchfords and your Imre Varadis when you found out that Everton were interested in taking you to Goodison?
The thing was, if you go back to 1990, the press conference, it wasn't a big press conference back at the time. It was like 2-3 reporters, and I stood there with my Arsenal shirt. And the reporter asked me, like, you must be happy now because you must be an Arsenal supporter. And this is a true thing. No, I'm an Evertonian. I stood at the press conference with an Arsenal shirt saying to the reporter, I'm an Evertonian. 4 years later, I signed for Everton. The same reporter.
Really?
When I was at the Belfield with Mike Walker, I stood there with my Everton top. And he said, you must be really proud now. And I said, yeah, I was like smiling, like the best smile I ever had. And that's a true story.
Stewart. It's over. Everton have done all that they could do for themselves. And it looks as though it's enough. When a victory was critical, they've come up with it. But what a way to do it.
It nearly went spectacularly wrong. May 1994, that game against Wimbledon.
Yeah.
If we take it in order, were the nerves before the game, were you thinking to yourself, we can't get relegated? I can't be part of a team that gets Everton Football Club relegated.
That is true, because we were a little bit afraid. We were afraid before the game to be relegated, a big club. That wouldn't happen. So we needed to win that game, and we started off on the wrong foot from the beginning. We were 1-0 down. Gary Ablett, bless him, he scored an own goal. So suddenly we were 2-0 down after 25 minutes, and you needed to win. That was a horrible feeling.
What were you doing in our penalty area from a corner?
Yeah, I know. I wasn't there often, but that sums it up. So I actually was down in my own penalty box, took it with my hand for some reason. I just wanted to push it away, and the crowd just went mad, you know. And I think it was Graham who scored 2-1, just before halftime.
Yeah.
And that was the gasoline for us, actually.
What did Joe Royle do differently when he arrived in the November?
The difference was that he took all the good players and asked them almost what to do. How should we play? What's your history? And so we had to decide a little bit how to play. And he came in with Willie Donaghy, and suddenly we started to train good and eat good, and he changed it all around. And suddenly we clicked with Joe and Willie from the start. And that's the best thing that happened for Everton for a long time.
A lot of Evertonians still say to this day that the 4-1 win against Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup semi-final at Ellen Road was the best Everton performance of the 90s.
Oh, really? I can agree with that, because we were so fired up in the dressing room before. We knew that we were going to play Spurs with Jürgen Klinsmann, a high profile. And we just went out there and had nothing to lose, really. And we smashed them 4-1.
You must look back on the FA Cup final against Manchester United with a lot of pride as well, because again, we weren't expected to win, but really played well.
Yeah, 1995, we have to remember that Man United were one of the best team in England. I can honestly say that we were 20 players and 5 staff who believed we were going to win that day. The rest of the world said, no, you have no chance. But we had such a grit, and the team spirit in Everton, in the middle of night, that's hard to beat wherever I have been.
Really?
I've been to many clubs, national sides. The team spirit, it was like a family. It was like you were playing with your brothers. It's you can't say anything. What do you say? You can't point at it, but it was just the best feeling ever.
4 Everton players cross the halfway line. Stewart to Limpar's left. It's Kanchelskis to his right. Andrei Kanchelskis gets number 2 for Everton and number 2 for his tally for the season.
The team really pushed on the following season, didn't it, when Joe brought Andrei Kanchelskis in with Anders Limpar one wing, Kanchelskis on the other. We brushed some teams aside, didn't we?
Oh yeah, but to have 2 wide players with quality like that, you need hard-working players in the middle. And we had John Eberl, we had Barry Horn, Joe Parkinson, who they were so good winning the ball back and just to provide it to us wide players. So it was like a team effort. We had great defense and Neville in goal. So we were all around a very, very good side. We weren't top 1 or 2 in England, but we were certainly just below that.
Joe Royle often says that Andrei Kanchelskis was his best signing, but that you were the most talented player he ever worked with.
Oh, that's nice to hear. To play with Andre, I have to agree. Wow, what a player! He's one of the best players I ever had played with. He was a true professional. He could score goals with either foot. He could set up goals. He was a hard worker. He was a nice man. He was the total package of a professional player.
What happened in the end when you left Everton?
I'm not actually sure. What I can remember is that I didn't play that much '97 for some reason. If I was bad or I don't know actually. So all I know that I was a little bit fed up after 12 years or whatever abroad. Jesper, he was 7 years old. We wanted to go back to Sweden to start here, for him to go to school. And I remember that Everton offered me another 3 years contract. And that's one thing I really regret in my life, that I didn't sign again. So I went on loan to Birmingham for some reason. And from Birmingham, we went back to Sweden. And I totally regret that. I should have stayed another 3 years with Everton. So that's a dark period in my life to leave Everton.
Talking about playing with great players, you played in one of the best Swedish sides of all time, didn't you? Euro '92, the World Cup in '94.
True, because when we played the World Cup 1990, we lost 3 games, and we just came almost last in the World Cup. We got so much stick from the people back home, and at that time we had old players and very young players. So we cleaned out all the old players and brought in Thomas Brolin and Jonas Tern and Dahlin and whatever. So from 1990 to 97 we had the same team, and we came 3rd in the European Championship '92. We came 3rd in the World Cup '94. Over that period of 7 years, we lost 5-6 games. We had players who were outstanding in their team in Europe: Parma, Milan, Roma, Everton, whatever. I mean, we had like 7 players who were captain in big clubs in Europe. So we were good at the same time. So that's hard to beat. We won't, for many years, get a Swedish team like that again.
Please welcome back to Goodison Park, Anders Limpar.
You love coming back to Goodison, don't you?
I love this place, and that's from my heart. I love the hospitality here. You're always warm welcome. I just one phone call away, and people like yourself and Everton helps me so much, and that's a good feeling for me because I'm an Evertonian.